11 signs you are a highly sensitive person. Do you often hear from others that you are too emotional or too sensitive? Do you often find yourself overwhelmed by other people or loud places? If so, then you could be what is called a highly sensitive person. This is a genetic trait, and around 20% of all people have it. Check out these 11 signs and see if you really have high sensitivity. Number 1. You have very deep feelings. Highly sensitive people feel deeply and naturally react more emotionally to everything that happens. This is one of their most prominent traits. If people often call you deep or emotional, that is a sign that you may be a highly sensitive person. You process everything that happens on a deep emotional level and can't stay indifferent to it. You have strong emotional reactions to the things and people around you. Number 2. You pay attention to subtle details. You may be great at noticing subtle details that others miss, such as nonverbal cues and small changes in your environment. This is what highly sensitive people are great at. They don't miss even the little details, such as changes in someone's tone or different nail polish. They're used to paying attention to the details because they affect them significantly. They are extremely perceptive. If you notice things that others usually miss, you may be a highly sensitive person. Number 3. You like to think things through. Just as highly sensitive people feel deeply, they also like to think things through. They usually love having a lot of time to make a decision because they like to consider every option thoroughly. Whether it is about what to wear on a date, what movie to watch, or what to eat for lunch, you never decide anything without thinking things through first. This is a sign of high sensitivity. You are mindful and always reflect on what is going on with you. Number 4. You don't like crowds or loud places. Highly sensitive people are more affected by strong sensory stimuli from the environment. They have a lower tolerance for loud noises, strong smells, or bright light. So, they are not fans of being in crowded or loud places. If you feel overwhelmed by too much noise or strong smells, you may be a highly sensitive person. Maybe you get startled when a loud bike passes by you, or very agitated when you're in uncomfortable clothes for some time. Number 5. You have a strong sense of right and wrong. Highly sensitive people are very conscientious and value moral principles deeply. They stand for what they believe. If you often find yourself fighting for what you think is right, and don't let others bully your loved ones, you are probably highly sensitive. Highly sensitive people can't stand cruelty, violence, and injustice. Even if it is not happening to them, even when there are only graphic depictions such as in movies or photography, it is too much for them. Number 6. You are very empathetic. One of the reasons highly sensitive people can't stand violence and injustice is because they are very empathetic. It is shown that highly sensitive people have more active mirror neurons, which are responsible for understanding other people's emotions. They feel other people's emotions as if they were their own. They absorb other people's feelings, no matter if they are not involved personally. They always make sure to consider everyone's point of view. Therefore, they understand what others are going through very well. If you worry about others a lot and are in tune with how they're feeling, you are very likely a highly sensitive person. Number 7. You are often emotionally exhausted. One of the consequences of empathy is that you find yourself feeling emotionally exhausted a lot. You get overwhelmed from absorbing other people's emotions and feeling them as your own. High sensitivity comes with the need for a lot of space and time alone to decompress and empty oneself of everything they've absorbed from other people and the environment. After an intense day, you probably want nothing else but to sit alone quietly in a dark room. Number 8. You don't work well under pressure. Some people thrive on hectic schedules and do their best work under pressure. You are not one of them. Highly sensitive people dread deadlines. They are overwhelmed and flustered if they have a lot to do in a short period of time. The uncertainty of whether they will manage to do it or not is too much for them. Last-minute changes make them frantic. If you only do your best work with flexible deadlines and can't perform well under time pressure, you could easily be a highly sensitive person. Number 9. You are a great listener. Do your friends often turn to you when they need someone to talk to? Do they have a habit of saying that nobody listens to them as you do? Then you probably are a highly sensitive person. They are great listeners and always pay close attention to the person they are talking to. Because they are empathetic, They are fully engaged in whatever is happening to you and can offer understanding and consolation. Number 10. You don't take criticism well. Because of their sensitivity to subtleties, highly sensitive people react more strongly to criticism than other people usually do. Therefore, they may go out of their way to avoid being criticized and work extra hard, which leads to burnout. If you are a highly sensitive person, chances are that you can't help getting your feelings hurt, even though you know the criticism is constructive. Number 11. You work well in teams. Thanks to the fact that you think everything through, you work wonders in a team. You consider each detail, such as everybody's strengths and weaknesses, and how everyone can contribute to the team. You are also very careful when making decisions, which is a great value for teamwork. Thanks to your high sensitivity, you empathize with your coworkers and have an open mind when facing difficulties. Have you recognized yourself in any of these signs? Let us know in the comment section. Before you leave, our team will be very happy if you can give this video a thumbs up. Remember to subscribe and click the notification bell so that you can be notified every time we upload a new video. Thank you for watching, and see you in our next video.